A scene from the Battle of Gettysburg, a narrative by a Civil War canon.
By Abby Fagan,
Madison Willits, and Midori Che.
It is Wednesday, July 1st, 1863. It is hot and humid, and the stench of death is in the air. A Confederate soldier is standing next to me. He's getting ready to light my fuse so that I can fire a 12-pound cannonball towards the Union soldiers. I'm a cannon in the Confederate States Army.
I'm a model 1857 brass Napoleon 12-pound smoothbore field gun. I'm a very common cannon that was used by the Union and Confederate armies during the American Civil War. My barrel is 66 inches in length. I weigh about 2,355 pounds, and I can shoot a 12-inch cannonball about a mile. I am most effective at ranges of 250 yards or less. I'm a muzzle loader, which means that gunpowder wad and 12-pound cannonball are placed into the front opening or muzzle of my barrel. Afterwards, a ramrod is pushed into my barrel and used to force the gunpowder wad and cannonball towards the bottom of my barrel.
Because I am made of bronze instead of iron, I am able to adjust to the bursts of energy and am less prone to bursting or shattering. Also, I won't rust. Unfortunately, bronze is becoming scarcer. My Confederate soldier has been trying to shoot a nearby Union soldier, who has been shooting his rifle in our direction. All of my cannonballs are shooting towards the Union soldier, but are missing each time. The Union soldier in his blue torn uniform is about to reload. When he goes to get another bullet from his pouch off his tattered leather belt, the belt tears and the many bullets fall onto the ground.
The Union soldier looks into his pouch and realizes that there is one more bullet left. He grabs the bullet out of his pouch and starts to reload. "This is my last chance," the Union soldier mumbles. "This man won't give up. He's as strong as a bull, I think." The Union soldier fires his rifle. Bang! The bullet hits the Confederate soldier's hat. The wind is screaming at us to stop, but my soldier is ignoring it. Several thousand soldiers from both sides have been fighting for over 5 hours, and finally the sun is saying goodbye and the moon is saying hello.
As usual, my soldier is looking for any enemies snooping around. For the first time in this battle, my soldier is falling asleep from exhaustion. The Union soldier that we have been fighting has come and is stealing me away. The Union soldier is telling General George, "This cannon is now ours to use." The Union soldier is saying that he is so excited to step up to the next level to use me against the Confederates. The Confederate soldier is waking up and has discovered that I am missing.
The Confederate soldier is heading back to the camp to make sure that everything is all right. When he arrives, he is shocked by his discovery that all of our tents, food, weapons, and ammunition are gone. All that remains are hundreds of burnt tents, the sound of smoldering debris, and the smell of smoke from the campfires and gunpowder. Our camp used to be filled with rows of tents as far as the eye could see, the sound of hundreds of soldiers gambling and reminiscing about home, and the smell of coffee and wild game being cooked on the open fire.
Now the Confederate soldier is running to find General Robert E. Lee and stumbles upon him saying, "We've been robbed by the Union Army." Just as this exchange was going on, in the distance, they hear me fire a shot at them. Bam! The Battle at Gettysburg is not at all close to its end, they thought. Bang, 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 bang. That is all I hear now. I cannot see a thing through the thick smoke, and the air smells of gunpowder. I'm covered in ashes and dirt. It is so dark. I do not see the Confederate soldiers in the dark. Then I hear Confederate soldiers running towards me. All of a sudden, I can feel the Confederate soldiers as they are pushing me back towards the Confederate camp. They are screaming in pain as the flesh on their hands is burning from the heat of my barrel, the result of an eternity of firing cannonballs. The soldiers here are tired, sweaty, and bloody. They look like they haven't slept in days. As I survey the makeshift Confederate camp, I see a Confederate soldier leaning against a tree writing a goodbye letter to his family, knowing he might not make it home alive. Tears are streaming down his face, and he appears to be overcome with emotion and exhaustion at the thought of the battle that lay ahead of him. I see another soldier trying to eat his hardtack and complaining about how it is hard and has no flavor. He misses being at home with his family and sitting down to a good home-cooked meal. These soldiers' spirits are filled with despair. They have been fighting equally as hard as the Union soldiers.
All of a sudden, 2 Confederate soldiers near me get shot. Their bodies tumble down a small hill and stop with their faces down on the ground. The sight is dreadful. 3 other Confederate soldiers rush over to me quickly and position me so that I can fire a cannonball in the direction of the sniper that killed the 2 Confederate soldiers. The first Confederate soldier pours gunpowder down my barrel as quickly as he can. The second Confederate soldier grabs some wad and pushes it into my barrel. The third Confederate soldier pushes a 12-pound cannonball down my barrel. The cannonball rolls down my barrel, pushing the wad and gunpowder. The first soldier grabs a ramrod and starts to push it down my barrel to pack the gunpowder, wad, and cannonball firmly in place. The 3 Confederate soldiers appear very exhausted, yet filled with enthusiasm at the prospect of taking revenge against the Union sniper. The soldiers wait for order from the general. General Lee walks over. He looks at the 3 soldiers. He then looks at the soldier that will light the fuse. He gives him a look and a nod. The general then gives the order, "Ready, aim, fire!" The soldier lights my fuse. It is followed by a deafening explosion as I am lifted momentarily off the ground. The cannonball forcefully shoots out my barrel through the smoky air. At that moment, time seems to slow down. I am thinking, I know that the cannonball that I just shot is going to either maim or kill a Union soldier or anything else in its path.
Now I hear the sound of many other cannons in our camp going off like crazy. I know that there are many other cannons like myself shooting cannonballs that will be killing many Union soldiers. The smell of burnt gunpowder permeates the air everywhere at this moment, and it is very hard to see. I am looking around and can't see anything yet. I can hear the sound of the cannonballs hitting their intended targets. In the distance, I hear the sound of crashing woods, lots of people screaming, and a lot of yelling. This is the sound of war. It feels like the Confederate Army is under siege. I think that the Union Army is going to win the Battle of Gettysburg. Finally, nightfall comes. The sound of war is quieting down, but the sound of camp life is going up. In the Confederate camp, I see campfires being lit and hear the crackling sound of wood burning in the campfires. I can smell the coffee in the air, when the soldiers make coffee, they pound the beans between rocks or use the butts of their rifles to crush the coffee beans down to grounds, which they use to boil a pot of coffee. The soldiers drink coffee for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It is the freshest item on the menu. I can see Confederate soldiers getting bored and engaging in activities to keep them busy. There is a lot of drunkenness and gambling. They also do other things to keep busy when they aren't practicing their drills, like playing baseball, play card games, get into boxing matches, or have cockfights. They could get pretty creative. I have seen them create a competition with either lice or cockroaches racing across a strip of canvas. The commanders have tried to control the drunkenness and fights, but have had a hard time because it is rampant. The soldiers always find ways to either buy the whiskey or to make it on their own.
A lot of soldiers miss home and spend time writing letters. When they have to do their military-related chores in the camp, they do things like practice their drills. The drills last about 2 hours and involve learning how to shoot their weapons and to practice maneuvers. When they aren't drilling, they have to clean the camp, build roads, dig trenches for going to the bathroom, and gather wood for cooking and heating. It is hard to find clean drinking water, which is why there is always a widespread of diseases. Not having access to clean water means the soldiers don't bathe often. The army camp is set up with a bunch of tents in a grid pattern. The officers' tents are in the front with the soldiers' tents at the rear. Each company has its own colors that are displayed on the outside of the tent. The soldiers sleep in canvas tents called the civil tent, that was invented by Henry H. Sibley, who later became a Confederate brigadier general. These tents are 12 feet tall and are cone-shaped with an 18-foot diameter base. These tents were meant to house 12 men, but the Army puts 20 men in a tent. When the ventilation flap is closed, it doesn't smell too good because a lot of soldiers don't bathe much. Just as the camp life is settling down, as the sun is going down, a sudden ear-piercing scream is heard throughout the camp. The scream is coming from a Confederate medical tent. A Confederate soldier is getting his leg amputated. Every soldier within earshot stops to pause and thinks, "This could happen to me." As I am sitting there, I see something moving in the smoky darkness. It is a single Union soldier. He's holding a 1861 Springfield musket rifle that is capable of firing a .58 caliber mini ball, which is a cone-shaped soft lead bullet.
The Union soldier creeps close to an unarmed Confederate soldier and shoots him. The Confederate soldier falls to the ground, dead as a doornail. A couple of Confederate soldiers doing guard duty are nearby. As the shot went off, they turned and saw their fellow comrade fall to the ground. They also see the Union soldier try to sneak away. The two guards left their British Enfield pattern 1853 musket rifle, which has a .577 caliber bore in the barrel and is capable of shooting a .58 caliber bullet that is more common than a .577 caliber bullet, and shoot the Union soldier dead. He's dead as a doornail too. Afterwards, more Confederate soldiers come over to see what happened. A doctor inspects the body of a Confederate soldier and the body of a Union soldier. It turns out that both Confederate guards had shot the Union soldier, but only one bullet penetrated the Union soldier's skin. The Union soldier had a hardtack biscuit inside his coat, which had stopped one of the bullets. The other bullet had made a hole in the Union soldier's heart and killed him on the spot. On the third day of fighting, July 3rd, 1863, the Union Army drives back the Confederate States Army forces of General Robert E. Lee. There's a lot of fighting and a lot of people dying. Suddenly, I am left in a field with a lot of other cannons, a lot of dead soldiers, a lot of supply wagons, and abandoned Confederate camps. You are left behind because the Confederates have retreated. I sat in the field for years and started to experience some rotting. I later heard that the Union Army won the Battle of Gettysburg, which became the turning point in the Civil War.
Nowadays, it is pretty quiet. I sit in a field with a memorial plaque nearby. I have been cleaned up. I get visitors that come by and look at me, look at the plaque, read the story on the nearby sign, and pay their respects to the many fallen Confederate and Union soldiers that died 150 years ago. Another thing that I heard is that there were many black soldiers, slave and free, that served in the Union Army and Union Navy during the Civil War. They fought in regiments or brigades that consisted of only black soldiers and black officers. In the Union Army, this amounts to 186,097 black soldiers, of which 7,122 were officers and 178,975 were enlisted soldiers. They comprised of 163 units in the Union Army. The Union Army was made up of 10% black soldiers, about 20.5%, about 36,000 of the black soldiers in the Union Army lost their lives as they fought to preserve the Union. On the Confederate side, there were some black soldiers. The numbers were a lot lower. At the Battle of Gettysburg, it was reported in a paper that 7 black Confederate soldiers were captured that were fully armed and in Confederate uniforms. The Confederate States Army did not officially support black servings, but it has been reported that there were many sanctions by on the ground Confederate officers to allow armed and uniformed black soldiers to serve in the Confederate States Army. There are many tributes to the military history of the African American contribution that go back to the Civil War. War is very ugly and brings a lot of death. Wars have been fought to liberate freedom, to protect freedom, to preserve control, or to fight off an evil force. One thing that is certain, that regardless of your skin color or nationality, all soldiers shed the same color blood, red.
Come from Cotton Eye Joe. If it hadn't been for Cotton Eye Joe, I'd been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?